Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Guess What Company messed up a basic PC port by making it run like complete poo-poo. PC ports the last few years have just been straight up dreadful, man, which really stinks for me personally because, well, I mainly play on my PC simply because it's just way more convenient for me. I'm not taking any dicks towards PlayStation or Xbox plays, but it's just a lot easier for me to work with when it comes to recording and editing. I don't have to like transfer it through like a USB drive or have to use some capture card. I just boot up OBS, record it, and I can instantly just move it into Premiere and start editing. It's really nice. And besides that, the flexibility when it comes to PC games, I just really like it, okay? And it's actually kind of funny because I put my Xbox and PlayStation back in the box not even that long ago because, well, I just don't play on them because all of Xbox and PlayStation's game have come to PC. Xbox has Grounded, Halo, Deathloop, Hi-Fi Rush, Minecraft Legends is coming out soon on PC, and same for Redfall and Starfield. And meanwhile, Sony is also putting all of their stuff on PC. Returnal, the 2 Spider-Man games, Uncharted, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, it's just a lot easier for me personally to play games on PC. I just straight up prefer it. But the one big downside to being a PC gamer, I can't believe I actually said that, is that the companies kind of overlook the PC marketplace by releasing really crappy ports. The first few that come to my mind are, for example, Dead Rising 3, which was locked at 30 FPS with no FOV slider. Calippo Protocol, yes, I'm calling it the Calippo Protocol, ran like complete crap. Same for Forspoken, which was absolutely atrocious. Saints Row 2 apparently had a really crappy port. GTA 4 2, Cyberpunk 2077 was absolute hell at launch. Same for Elden Ring. A lot of these games have fix their little quirks and improve their optimization, but let's not lie to ourselves, okay? This should have been fixed at day one. This is one of the reasons why I just kind of fell out of love with AAA games. Of course, there are some exceptions, like the most recent one, of course, being the new Resident Evil 4 remake, which runs really well, but for every good one, there are like 20 bad ones, and it just stinks. It sucks. It really does. And the most recent one on the block that is just running like complete poo-poo, crap, fart is, it's kind of funny, honestly, because it comes from a studio which I expect to do a lot better, like a lot better. And the game in question, I mean, you saw the title of this video, it is The Last of Us Part 1. This game was released a few months ago on PS5, and now, because The Last of Us show ended a few months ago, they released the full game on Steam as a sort of celebration. And this game on PC, on Steam, it is getting beaten into a pulp for fair reasons. It is a horrible and absolutely atrocious port of The Last of Us Part 1. But before I started to make my own conclusions, I decided to, do some research myself. So I bought the game on Steam for 60 big ones. Keep that in mind, okay? This is a $60 game, and I'm not lying to you when I say all of this, okay? I booted up the game. It took like 30 minutes to download because I got a pretty good download speed. The audio was completely glitched, and while it was downloading shaders or optimizing shaders, I don't know the exact wording for it, as slowly as possible, it crashed on me. And as a fun little bonus, it also made my PC fully crash twice. It made my PC completely crash twice, and I didn't want to touch it anymore because it would really suck if my computer would brick. That would be genuinely horrendous. So I played the game for 20 minutes and all I did was download stupid crap, and it just made my whole computer basically just explode. So thanks PlayStation and Naughty Dog, thanks for almost bricking my entire PC. Very fun. And it seems like a lot of other people feel the same way. Right now, if you go on Steam, the review ratio is mostly negative with a 37% positive review score. That's really bad. In comparison, that's the same percentage as Battlefield 2042, and we all know how good that game was. I mean, for crying out loud, the review score on Steam is lower than Forspoken, while this is a critically acclaimed game. People absolutely adore The Last of Us Part 1, and this is what they decided to do with it. Just completely butcher it. Now, of course, I wasn't able to play it because, well, I like to have a functioning PC see, but if you go to the Last of Us Reddit, there are pages upon pages of bugs and glitches being reported, and it's just so goddamn funny, man. Here you have a guy whose whole game is stuck on 40 FPS and he doesn't know how to fix it. A lot of people see these like weird floating purple lights through walls with like no explanation. Ellie likes to duplicate that. How do you mess stuff like this up? I don't get it. How do you make two Ellies appear at the same time? This is so incredibly goofy. Here's one where the hair looks like full-on Play-Doh. I mean, Team Fortress 2, a game in 2007, looks better than whatever the hell they tried to do here. What is this? Why is it like big streaks of just brown? Sometimes your sniper rifle likes to reload automatically while it's on your backpack. Here you have Joel being burned to a goddamn crisp, like some sort of like texture failure happens. Here again, Ellie's hair just looks like a... What is up with her eyebrows? Why are her eyebrows this goddamn big? I don't get it. I don't get it. How do you mess a port up to such a degree that stuff like this happens? I don't get it. Like for this one, the scope is just like completely broken. It doesn't work. Here you have one where Joel and Tommy just glitch through the car like a bunch of goofy goobers. And do I really have to explain this one? What is this? How does this happen? And here you have Joel with his new secret strategy where he puts his kid on his back, and finally just a bunch of glowing flying squares with no... I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. You have such a beloved IP that people just can't shut up about for over a decade now. People praise it like it's the next coming of Christ. And you throw all of that into a dumpster to try to make a quick buck of it. Why? Just to cash into the success of the HBO show? If you would have delayed this remake, like... people really wouldn't care. They will be like, oh shucks, that's a shame, and move on with their life. It's better to just wait a bit until your game is fully released instead of rushing it out, because then you get shit like this happen and you get so much negative backlash that might just ruin your reputation. This is a permanent mark on the Last of Us franchise that I just see people bring up for the foreseeable future. That's really all I wanted to talk about. Who would have thought out of all the studios porting games over to PC, onto Steam, onto the Epic Games Store, Sony would have been the next one to mess it up with such a beloved IP. These guys are cray-cray. What you guys should do instead is go play the new RE4 remake, you know, the game you're watching right now. This is going to be the next video, by the way, and spoiler alert, it is really good, like really, really good. So... again, thanks for watching, everybody. Goodbye! Goodbye!